Do you ever have somebody not show up for an appointment that you have with them, particularly when it's on Zoom? Hey, I'm Michael DeLon, founder of Paperback Expert, and it happens to the best of us. You've got a schedule with somebody, you've got an appointment, and they don't show up. Even if you send auto reminders through Calendly or whatever system you're using, sometimes things just come up. Sometimes they ghost you on purpose, but what I have found is most of the time they just forgot, something happens, it's a last minute emergency, whatever. My question is, how are you reaching back out to them? And what I find is a lot of people don't. They're like, well, if they don't show up for my appointment, I'm not going to do business with them. Well, I don't think that's the right posture that we should have. We should be engaging with people. We should be filled with grace and forgiveness because things do come up. But what you want to do is reach out and continue to build the relationship. And as I reach out to prospects and clients and people that I have appointments with, centers of influence, whatever, I'm doing a lot of my email outreach, not just with text based email, not just typing things out and sending it. And the reason I don't send a lot of text based emails is because it's really hard to discern the tone behind email. And people misread emails because they're reading into it. And I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm communicating. So when I send emails, especially when I've been ghosted, right? When somebody doesn't show up for an appointment, I will use Loom. Now, Loom's my preferred video platform. There are a lot of them out there that function the same way. But I will send an email to them, and it's a Loom video email, very similar to what I'm doing right now, because I want to communicate, hey, we had an appointment, something must have come up. Maybe a last minute appointment with a client. Maybe it was a family emergency, or maybe you just forgot. That's okay. But if you want to reschedule, go ahead and click the link below this video and let's find another time to talk about you and your business and how we can help you grow by becoming an author. And what that does is it communicates visually. And what I find is the more visual I am in my communication and the more I use video, it actually heightens the anticipation of somebody meeting with me, but it lowers the anxiety of them meeting with me. Okay, nobody wants to walk into a dark room, and meeting with you for the first time is kind of a dark room for them. And so I use a lot of video, and I'll be talking about more and more of that in the days ahead. But if somebody has not shown up for an appointment, think the best of them. Okay, rare is the day that somebody's just, well, I'm just not going to meet with them. I'm going to, right? That does happen, but it's rare. What I find most of the time is things come up. Somebody forgets. An emergency happens and they just can't notify you. Have grace, extend kindness to people, and do that through email or text, but do it through video because you're going to not be misunderstood nearly as much when you communicate this way. And just remember, all of sales and business is about relationships. It's about people getting to know you, to trust you, the credibility that you bring to the table. All of that can be communicated through video much better than just simple text. Now, hear me, we do a lot of simple text emails in our daily emails, and we build relationships and we tell great stories, so you can do it. Okay, so I'm not saying you can't. You can do it. I'm just saying that when you have an appointment that doesn't show up, what I have found is one of the best ways to reach back out and get that appointment rescheduled is with a very simple video-based email. Sometimes a text, depends on the situation, but email back to them. And most of the time they're like, oh, something happened, something came up, thanks so much, and you're back on the calendar and all is good. So use video-based emails to communicate with people when they don't show up for your appointments, or use it anytime. I use it most every time I send an email. And what you're going to find is that people are going to connect with you more deeply. They're going to be grateful for the grace that you extend. They're going to reschedule that appointment and they're going to do business with you. So look for ways to extend grace to people who ghost you, who don't show up for an appointment, and reach back out. And I think what you'll find is many times those appointments are going to get rescheduled and you're going to have a great conversation.